fact, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Kenny Nwagu now out of his... And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Well, how's that for an early storyline? Some people are asking the ushers where their seat is, and boom, we've got a score on the board, a fumble return on the opening kickoff. And this is where all the tailgating groups are looking at each other saying, maybe we need to get to the stadium just a little bit earlier next time. But, man, those bratwursts, they're good, Charles. They're good. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Nwagu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. They start the drive with Cook. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses. They run it again with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down. On play action, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line. Here's Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play. No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Love now. And Reed with it over the middle. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener. And they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. This is taken at the 18. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard
line. Again, it's Cook. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to Rager. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Love. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis C. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own
40-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and 1 and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play fake, Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Love from the gun, and he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
Throwing is Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devontae Wyatt. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. Now after the sack, here's 3rd and goal from the 20. Cousins. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Got to an okay game.
Now, meanwhile, the pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Left side, Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 60 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he...
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson from 6 yards away. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Play fake. Here's Love. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. Joseph now to have the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football to win it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Love. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's touchdown.
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that touchdown Vikings.
Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes there in the afternoon. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Following the interception, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On second down, Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And this will be taken at the 13. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson
with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it first and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Looking left side, and it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing, Love.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Love going to give this one to Jones. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Love. He'll buy some time right.
He hits Doubs on the crosser.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Up the middle, Jones.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
To throw now. Here's Love.
Pass complete across the formation to Melton.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 1st and goal. They got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Play action this time with Love. Touchdown, Packers. Bo Melton with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Vikings 35, Packers 28. Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back. Maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
Because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Kenny Clark coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 18. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember the offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Love back to it here after the pick 6. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 54 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. This is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Oh, that's a big beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
He'll fire it deep for Rager. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field, things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And some room to run now. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big play that time on a catch and run. 33 yards. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the 43-yard line.
On play action, Love to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Love. And now here is another interception. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Eluding the pressure right. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 80 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Jones with a nice gain there on first down as he takes his forward and call it a pickup of 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up
The Packers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at third and a few inches. Love now. And that is incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but the Bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the first down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the first down. As you noted, didn't need a whole lot, didn't get much more than that.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
gain of 15. First down, Green Bay.
On 1st and 10, Love. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down, Love. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marker down there for the extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Here's Cousins. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
On play action, Cousins. He's got him in, complete. 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown of his NFL debut. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hunger group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that one's going to hurt big time because it's a one-score game, and they certainly thought with that throw they were getting a difference-making score right there.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Love. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Credit Zadarius Smith able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. Now Love. And this one is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Love. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
I just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Cook. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the first.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
He had already had an interception earlier. Now, Charles, he says, I think I'll get another, and I'll take this one all the way back to the score.
Well, you know how I feel about those defensive backs, especially safeties. They're certainly some of the best athletes on the team. They're asked to do a little bit of everything. And when you combine their athleticism with their field vision, those types of plays result.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. This game wasn't tied for long. How about that? A big return here in the 4th.
And this is that time of game where every big play is magnified. 4th quarter, kick return for a touchdown. You've got to feel great about your chances at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they regain the lead. Now we'll see if they can hold it.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Love looking to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Joe Williams. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yes, game, right? Opening the season, and you're within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Minnesota, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.